on 9/11, I was in 6th grade, and I was in my 6th grade classroom, and I can tell you exactly where it was.
Sitting in the office, and the news broke out, and we actually had monitors in each corner on the floor.
I was still a student in optometry school. On 9/11, I was attending a Muslim school, so it was during the week.
On 9/11, I was living in Tyler, Texas.
I was sitting actually in class, 6th grade. They put the TVs on.
They made the announcement on the intercom that there had been a terrorist attack.
And tonight, America is at war with terrorists after a stunning series of attacks today.
At only 11 years old, just a whole a wave of fear just went through my body, and
everybody was so scared. They said Muslim did the attack.
When I first heard it happen, I was hoping that it wouldn't be Muslims or Muslims wouldn't be accused.
I was watching TV, the second plane came in, and I just started crying, and I'm just like, oh my God. And I was honestly praying and hoping they wouldn't say it was a Muslim.
It was devastating because it's a reflection on all of the Muslims, and I happen to be a Muslim, so it wasn't a very, comforting feeling.
I didn't know what to think. I was scared for my family who lived in Chicago. I thought there were going to be other attacks on the buildings there.
Just the images of all the people who were covered in dust and the injuries and everything just played over and over and over again.
When we heard the news, we went to one of the rooms and we held a prayer for all the victims. We prayed for America and that it doesn't happen again.
There was a lot of animosity, there was a lot of anger.
I never thought twice about being a Muslim in America until that day, and everybody since that day has looked at me different.
At the time I was working at a private Islamic school. It was very devastating. We had to close down for a full week because we had so many threats against the school.
I actually got a phone call from my employer at the time. I was working at a bank. There were various people coming into the bank saying horrible things about Arabs and Muslims. And so the vice president of the bank thought it was a good idea for me to stay home.
We had a couple hate letters that were sent to our house, threats, stuff like that. We had a couple of them sent to our house. I remember that, and I didn't understand as a kid, why. I didn't understand why people were sending them at first. I didn't understand, I had never done anything wrong for that to happen.
I'm pulling into my dad's house, who lived near the mosque, and I was chased down by a black Suburban with flashlights, with police lights. I pull over, and 5 guys dressed in all black with AK-47 rifles right at my head.
A UPS truck driver stopped me with my 4 kids in the car and said, go back to your country.
This is not your country. You better leave. You're back and leave. You're killing my people, he said, when he saw me have the hijab on.
People call you terrorists. They make bomb jokes at you in school. They make fun of you constantly. They say Osama bin Laden's your father or uncle.
Actually, after when we came home, my mom, she was scared too. We weren't allowed to go outside or go out anywhere. There was a lot going on, especially in Burbank and Bridgeview. A lot of hatred towards the mosque in our area. So for at least a couple of weeks, we just stayed home, and my mom didn't want us to go out at all. She was terrified.
Everyone was just focusing on, oh, they're Muslims, and I just kind of felt like, this just happened. Can we just kind of take a step back and realize innocent people lost their lives?
And it was heartbreaking. It was devastating. It was hard to fight back because my intuition was to fight back.
I couldn't imagine such a horrible act being associated to my faith, because Islam means peace.
It's a peace religion, and he doesn't call innocent people. The opposite. He's going to live with people in peace and love all the human beings.
As Muslims, we aren't supposed to act like that. It's not part of our religion, it's not part of our culture, or anything that we do believe in. So it was a sad day for us as Muslim Americans in this country.
So where do we stand in the Muslim community 10 years later?
Now, as Muslim in America, it's definitely made me stronger, I'd say. We've got the spotlight on us now. We need to use that spotlight to show the world how great we really are.
People recognize our religion, and it's caused them to learn more about our religion.
Our role as a Muslim community is to keep educating, that we're not all negative, that we are peaceful people, and I'm hoping that one day that will prosper.
It made me more determined to go and explain, and then still be proud of an Arab, because not every Arab or Muslim is a terrorist.
We are regular Americans. We were born here, we work like you, we pay taxes. There's no reason why we should be discriminated against.